fighting the dengue mosquito in a new way. Hey, have you ever heard about the dengue mosquito? On TV, on the radio, on the internet? I think so, right? But today I will tell you more about it. Do you know what dengue is? A lot of people talk about it, but do you know what it can do to our bodies and our health? And did you know that we can fight this mosquito without harming the environment? Many people use insecticides to fight mosquitoes, but they can be very harmful to your health. Today, we're going to talk a little about this mosquito, about how we do our part to prevent it from harming our health, and I'm going to explain how Forrest fights it in a whole new way. Come on, let's go. The name of this mosquito is Aedes aegypti, but everyone knows it as the dengue mosquito. It is very small, black, and has got white spots, but even being small, it can transmit some very dangerous viruses, like dengue. Viruses are beings much smaller than mosquitoes, invisible to our eyes, and they are the ones that cause illnesses in people. If the mosquito bites us and passes the virus from its body to our body, we may have some signs. We call these signs symptoms. So now let's see what are the main symptoms of dengue. One of the main symptoms is a high fever. You know, that feeling of being so hot in the whole body, it looks like it's even burning? Another common symptom is a pain in the body, especially behind the eyes, head, knees, elbow. Red spots may also appear on the skin, like red dots all over the body. In more severe cases, they can be bleeding, which is so dangerous. And it's the biggest risk we face if we catch dengue. So, for us to better understand all this, let's learn how the mosquito life cycle is. We will see that the mosquito has 4 stages of life, 4 ways for us to study. Let's check it out. The mosquito that we know is very different when it is born. When a mother mosquito becomes pregnant, she lays her eggs with little mosquitoes inside. Do you know the hens that lay eggs? So it's very similar. But they don't lay these eggs anywhere. They like places with still water. Do you know why? From these little eggs come the little mosquitoes, which we call larvae. They like standing water for swimming. So, from these little black eggs, the larvae come out. And these larvae live in the breeding sites. The breeding sites can be several things. Always objects that accumulate water, such as potted plants, old tires, cans, and several other things that can contain stagnant water inside. The larvae come out of the eggs and start to swim in search of food. Spend some time eating there in the hatchery. They are in the growth phase, and if the hatchery does not dry out, they survive and keep growing. As soon as they come out of the eggs, they are very small, very difficult to see. But they go on eating a lot, until they are much bigger than when they were born. And the bigger they are, the more they eat. They swim with moves that look like an S and can swim pretty fast for their size. They eat small pieces of dirt and other things that stay in the water in the breedings, but they also grow in clean water, you know? When they become very large, they become pupae. Here, we are looking at the moment when a larvae is going to pupae. We are seeing this accelerated. This happens much slower. they're out, and there's always a little cone left behind. The pupae are older, but not yet adult. They are teen mosquitoes. The pupa is a cocoon that lives in water. Like caterpillars that form cocoons to form butterflies, mosquitoes are somewhat similar, but this cocoon lives in water and is called a pupa. It is from pupae that adults are born, mosquitoes that fly, that we already know. When the adult is fully formed, it will come out of the pupa. It is as if it were coming out of a little outfit. It is very complicated for the mosquito at this moment, as it is discovering a new world. Then, the adult mosquito will come out of the water and can break through the air flying. But before that, he waits for a while, standing on the water, until he gets used to the new environment. After the adult mosquito has left the water, it will look for two things: food to survive and partners to date. In mosquitoes, we are also able to differentiate boys from girls, especially when they are already adults. The boys, or male mosquitoes, are very small, much smaller than the female mosquitoes, the girls, which are large. In addition, males suck nectar from flowers and pulp from fruits, which are sweet and give them energy. Females also eat nectar and fruit pulp for energy. But they also tend to feed on blood. But they don't need the blood to survive. They just need the blood to produce new eggs, new little mosquitoes. That's the reason why they bite us. It is like this. When two mosquitoes copulate, the male and the female becomes pregnant. But her children will only be born if she feeds on the blood. That's why she bites someone. Remembering that it is through the bite that the female mosquito transmits disease-causing viruses, such as dengue. She puts her piercing device inside our body and finds the blood running in our veins. Sucks the blood until full. So she can form her eggs, which she will put in some environment with standing water, which we have already learned are the breeding sites. The male doesn't bite. He only feeds on nectar from flowers and fruits. Only the female bites to produce her eggs, in addition to eating flower nectar. So, now we'll see a little more about how we defend ourselves from the dengue mosquito. For us to be free from this danger and do our part. We must fight the mosquito, avoiding leaving places with still water, because that way the females will not have a place to lay their eggs. So we must take care of these objects: gutters, plant pots, water boxes, garbage, old tires, and others that can accumulate standing water. We cannot let these materials serve as breeding grounds for the dengue mosquito. So don't let objects in your backyard accumulate standing water. Throw the water in a dry place. The pools must remain covered while they are not being used. Water tanks must also not be left open. Roof gutters can clog and form breeding sites. We must take care of them too. We should also look for objects that do not have still water, but that can accumulate over time. A dry spot in the backyard can easily fill with water when the rain falls. Ask those who live with you to help you with this care. It could be your father, your mother, or whoever can take care of it. There are also other ways to protect yourself, which are mosquito repellents, screens on windows and doors at home, which prevent these mosquitoes from entering the house and biting us. But Forrest, which is a company that cares about our health, has a completely new way of fighting the dengue mosquito. It was a sensational idea that fights the mosquito without harming nature. All the ways we've talked about are necessary to end the dengue problem. But we're not alone in this fight. That's why Forrest's male mosquito came along to help us fight dengue. Forrest came to fight the mosquito by releasing more mosquitoes. What do you mean, more mosquitoes? I'll explain. Come with me. Now we are going to talk about Forrest's male mosquito and how it can help us fight dengue without harming nature. It works like this. Forrest managed to do something different with the male mosquitoes. The male that Forrest produces is sterile, which means that this mosquito cannot produce new offspring. That is, no new mosquitoes are born. When Forrest's sterile mosquito copulates with the female mosquito that is already in nature, she lays empty eggs, which have no new mosquitoes inside. This is a normal little egg with the mosquito larva inside. Look how different they are. This means that the larva will not be born. The pupa will not form. It will not form a new adult mosquito, let alone eggs. And there's more. The Forrest male mosquito does not bite. Because it is male, and as we have already seen, the male does not bite. Only the female bites, remember? This means that since it doesn't bite, it won't transmit any viruses when we release them into the wild. Without dengue and without the risks that this disease can cause for us. For us to be able to fight dengue with the Forrest male mosquito, we need to release several of their mosquitoes into the wild. Then, Forrest's car passes through the streets and releases the little mosquitoes for them to find the females, copulates with them, and makes them lay empty eggs. This will increasingly reduce the number of dengue mosquitoes here, also decreasing dengue cases and improving the lives of all of us. After all, what is most important besides our health? Thus, we save the lives of many people, and we are counting on your help in this fight, okay? Do your part while we do ours, fighting the mosquito with the sterile male mosquito and the best without harming nature. Thank you for helping us with this challenge, and see you later.